Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, we're going through who should you summon for the upcoming patch. Because the upcoming patch here, we don't have a Wishstone Esper because we're gonna have Meta Drew, and Meta Drew is not a Wishstone Esper. But the upcoming patch, there's a lot of very good Wishstone Esper. So I'm gonna break down for you. I'll give you my own suggestion and maybe will help you out with your own decision. Which Esper should you get for that result? So the first one, for the first week, we're gonna have Yujiang and Lushang, the meta combo we have in Falsetto Fantasy. So if you don't have a copy, you can get them anytime from the Wish summon pool, so it doesn't matter. But if you are thinking about their reso, so Yujiang here, my own recommendation, if you are just a PvE player, actually R0 is all you need. More important for Yujiang is her D3 instead of her reso. Then if you are a PvP player, then the R2 here helps, the reset ability cooldown, it helps for your, like for example, if you pair her with Ming Shuo, or maybe you pair her with Moriyama, then this CD reset will come in handy. Or else the R2 here is not that important as well. Then R4 here is for PvP, to don't get you die that easily because you reduce the damage taken. And then the R6 here at the start of the combat grants warm welcome to the teammate for the lowest max HP for 2 turns. So this is more like a protection for your PvP content, because in PvE usually you outspeed, so you instantly take a you will take a turn fast because you build Yujiang fast, and you will apply the warm welcome on the target already. So this R6 is PvP reso. Then R2 here is depends on your content. So if you are lack of Wishstone and if you don't really want to get for Yujiang, I would say R0 is all you need. You don't really need her reso at all. But on the other hand, Lushang. So if you still don't have Lushang, definitely get him. And if you're thinking about Lushang reso, I would highly recommend you to go until R2. So R2 here, when casting Tragic Insight grants all ally 3 stack of Safeguard, which makes your S3 this. Which makes your S2 here, because you start this skill at the start of the combat, and when you cast this skill, you give all allies 3 stack of Safeguard. So at the start of the combat, when you cast this, you instantly everyone will get 3 stack of Safeguard. So this is a very good reso buff, especially for PvP content, because this Safeguard will help you block control effect, which means at the start of the combat, he will help you oh wait, sorry, it's not control effect, the debuff effect. So it will help you block the debuff effect. So this is very strong in PvP content. Then R4 here is damage reduction. Then R6 here, when Lushang falls, his ally get a bonus turn. So when he dies, then everyone get a bonus turn. But in PvE, Lushang won't die. So I would say Lushang R6 is also for PvP, but the usage for this R6 is actually very minimal for most of the cases, because usually Lushang won't die that fast. Lushang is built very tanky, so Lushang won't die that easily. So Lushang just aim for his R2. Then after the first week, then after that we're gonna have Sakura and Lian, which this is a very tough choice. So Sakura, if you have the Wishstone and if you don't have Sakura R6 yet, push her to R6. I would say Sakura is the highest priority to get R6 within this next patch, because if you don't have Sakura R6, Sakura can be used in PvE and PvP, both content. And R4 Sakura, when she have above 50% HP, then her ally deals extra damage. This is a very good damage boost for your PvE content and for your PvP. Then R6, you'll get extra stats, total of 50% attack, 50% of defense, and 50 speed just by getting hit or you actively cast ability. So this is a stat boost, which is also very crazy, but it's unlocked only at R6. So if you have the Wishstone and you don't have Sakura R6 yet, push Sakura to R6. But if you can't push Sakura to R6, maybe aim for the R4. Then you slowly work towards to R6, because the R4 here is also very good. You get extra 12% damage boost for free. So yeah, I would say Sakura with the highest priority. If you don't have Sakura R6 yet, push her to R4 or R6. Okay, then the other one we have is Lian. So Lian is also very good for PvE and PvP, but if you are an active Falsetto Fantasy content player, you already know that Lian is no longer the main DPS for Sonica, because now we are using the debuff extension meta. We extend the debuff of the boss, and then we no longer use Liam like doing the main damage dealer. So Liam R6 This part here, if you have the buff, then perform pursuit attack with his ability after his active attack, which means he is able to cast 2 times of S1, which increases DPS output. And the only content to make Liam to be a main DPS is only at Sonica. So since the meta have changed, then Liam no longer be the main DPS in Sonica, then he doesn't really need this R6. I mean, extra DPS, extra S1 is always good because his S1 also heal you, but in terms of the value of R6, do you really need that extra S1? It's about min-maxing. So if you don't really need to min-maxing, to be honest, Liam here can be stopped at R2 or maybe R4. The R4 here, the extra speed is good. The R2 here, the extra damage ignore, defense ignore is also good. But so it depends on you. But in terms of the R6 value, it kind of dropped down because he's no longer a main DPS. He's more like a sub DPS to a support Esper with assist and buff. So I would say R4 is more impactful compared to the R6 because the R4 here gives him speed, and he needs speed to be a supporter role because, like, let's say you pair Liam and Slon in one team, and then you want Liam to be very fast to keep making Slon to assist for free. So R4 value is higher than R6. So if you don't have Liam R4 and maybe you're like R3 here, yes, getting R4 is kinda okay. But not a must. I would say every reso on Liam is good, depends on your current Wishstone storage you have, but R4 is good. I would say the priority R2, R4. R6 is not really that needed anymore because he's no longer a main DPS in Sonica. Okay, then after these 2 weeks, the last week of our upcoming patch will be Nathaniel and Armia. Alright, Nathaniel, one of the meta PvP unit you can have. So Nathaniel reso wise, right, to be honest, Nathaniel R0 with a max skill with a little bit of the Divinate, because the Divinate here gives you extra crit damage and extra stats. So let's say you have a R0 D3 Nathaniel with a max skill up, it's actually enough to actually play Nathaniel in the PvP meta, especially you are putting in a Wuyu team, because most of the time his S3 damage is high enough to actually one-shot the enemy. Unless the enemy got like level 70 Esper, or they're very tanky as well, or else the damage of Nathaniel is actually enough to nuke them. But if you are scared about that, or if you are not confident with your equipment in point war, then the reso will help, because the reso here extra damage on S3, then S1 here reduce their damage, though not really that needed because you're very tanky anyway. Then R4 here is extra damage when your when the target defense is lower than Nathaniel, Nathaniel damage increase. Then R6 here, your damage increase double, because usually the damage here is 12% and now Nathaniel here is 24%. It makes you double your S3. So if your R0 D3 max skill up Nathaniel is already able to one-shot your enemy in your meta, in your point war range, then you don't need the reso. But if you're using a Wuyu Nathaniel team and you like using Nathaniel Wuyu team and your Nathaniel S3 can't nuke them, then you need to get more reso of Nathaniel, maybe to R4 at least, to ensure your Nathaniel can nuke them. Because if Nathaniel can't nuke them, then Nathaniel is kind of useless, because Nathaniel damage output is all relying on his one-time S3. So that's only it. So Nathaniel is like a R0. Esper is enough to play, but if you can't one-shot, then you want the reso on Nathaniel. Okay, then for Armia. So Armia here is a very tricky part. So Armia, at least get him to R2, then you'll find a very big usage, because you instantly get 5 stacks of Zest at the start of combat. And this Zest buff here will able to let you quickly spam your S3 or everything here. It will let you rotate your skill very fast, because when you get 10 stacks of Zest, you will cast this S3 for free. And this R2 here, every wave will give you 5 stack. It makes him the king of the wave, or there's a lot of wave content, you're really actually using Armia. But keep note, in terms of R6 and R5, the R6 here is depend to situation. So some content you don't want Armia to have R6, some content you want Armia to R6. So this one is really depends. Do you want to play speed run? Like for your miracle challenge, do you want Armia to play speedrun? If yes, then you might want to keep him at R5. But if you are trying to do like the old wave content, we don't know like if they're gonna bring back the wave trial content. If they actually bring it back, then R6 Armia is the best in slot. So it depends on the situation, because his R5 and R6, sometimes his R6 will mess up some speed tune, because you get another 2 stack of Zest after you cast S3, so it will mess up some of the rotation. But overall, Army Rezo is a very solid Rezo as well, but it's only used in wave content. Like bossing content, usually it's not the case. So I would say for Armia, right, at least get him to R2, this is for sure. R4, it also can. Then you can stop at R5, then you can consider if you want the R6 effect, because the R6 effect is like, it sometimes will mess up your team comp. But overall, I would say the upcoming patch, Sakura have the highest priority if you don't have R6 yet. If you already settle Sakura, then you can consider, if you are a PvE player, then you can consider for Liam, and consider for Liam then Armia. If you are a PvP player, then you can consider Lushang, then Nathaniel, then Armia, then Yujiang. So this will be the priority for me. So highest priority, definitely get Sakura if you don't have her R6 yet. Alright, so that's all for this video. So if you want to save for Wishstone for your future, the bird Esper, you can also start saving now, because if you don't have any Esper you really want on this rate up, you can start saving for the bird Esper. I'm pretty sure the bird Esper should be a Wishstone Esper, right? So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is JNMP, Epic Bullet Boy, Sky Elk, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Lushang, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwatts, Rimu, Chani, Antonio Winterspoon, Immune Kragan, Calamity, Rocco Senzions, Jordan Alons, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest tag. Thank you so much for Code Wardeners, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chani. Thank you so much for your support.